Let's have a conversation with Robert Burale and then we'll get right into it.
Haya, lakini kuna poli nyingine pia.
Hello, Robert.
Hi, how you doing?
We are good. How's your morning?
So far, so good.
All right.
Beautiful morning.
Thank you so much for being a friend of Vibes and speaking to us about this particular issue.
Right.
So we've been having this series called Broken Society all week, and we think that one of the topics, of course, to end the week is pornography. And
Right.
you, as a friend of Vibes, we've seen some of the work that you've been doing, talking to men about this addiction. Just to introduce the topic to us, Robert, what are some of the challenges? Because we did a poll, and Brian, what are the results?
The results are crazy. In terms of the number of people who watch porn, over 60% of people in Kenya watch porn, and over 700 people had voted. Yeah, and in terms of also the age where you at the age at which you started watching porn, I put 3 options. The first one, 10 to 15. The second one, 15 to 20. And the third one, 20 to 25. And the one that's leading is between 15 years of age to 20. So it's when guys have literally just matured from high school.
So, Robert, what can you say about this? Do we have a porn problem in Kenya?
Oh, we have a crazily big problem. Actually, the average age is 11, where people are addicted to pornography. And the statistics are even crazy. In 2019 alone, the world over, Pornhub, which is one porn site, had 45 billion visits.
What?
Remember, the population of the world is 7 billion. So we had 45 billion. And that is only one porn site out of 42 million porn sites, which translates to 370 million porn pages.
Wow.
Now, in Kenya, especially among our young people, even married people, by the way, are addicted to pornography. And I take it back to a lack of identity. Some people watch pornography and masturbate so that they can sleep.
Wow.
All right? Some want to feel good about themselves, but as soon as one is done masturbating, they feel filthy for about an hour or two. And they say they will never go back to it. And then tomorrow, they're still choking the bishop. We call it choking the bishop.
Is that how you know that they're addicted?
Yes, when every time you are happy or sad, you run to pornography or masturbation, then you know it has hooked you. And it starts in a very innocent way, like, let me just try it. But what we don't realize is after trying, it takes over because it's a higher spirit. And I will tell you something. Over 70% of the people hooked to pornography and masturbation really want to get out, okay? But it's a battle that is so powerful that they take one step forward, they take a week break, and they feel they have conquered, and then they go back into it. Actually, let me hasten to add that drug and alcohol addiction is easier to deal with than pornography addiction. It is the worst because it's something that sends a message into your brain, and your brain cannot think without it. And for the married people, pornography is not because of lack of sex. No. It is a demon. It is something that has taken over somebody's being. But I'll add this. I know this is not church. Every time somebody is watching pornography, they're in the privacy of their room or their car. But guess what? You're not alone. There's a spirit enjoying with you. And that's why then after that, you go into masturbation. Well, the Bible says, I will bless the work of your hands. Not that way.
Wow.
You know?
Robert, all right. Thank you so much for at least, setting, open, because you've opened up the chapter for us. Brian's got a question for you.
Robert.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Is it possible for you to stop the addiction on your own, or you need to get professional help?
Oh, trust me, and I say this without fear of contradiction. It is almost impossible to stop pornography and masturbation addiction on your own. You need help through a counselor. You need to have an accountability partner who will call you today and tell you, have you conquered today? And then call you again 2 days later. Have you conquered? A week later, have you conquered? It is a collective responsibility, but you have to share with somebody you trust. Even if it's a pastor, it has to be a pastor you trust, because if you're not careful, they will preach you on Sunday.
Wow.
The way you went to them with that addiction.
True.
When you talk to your friends, you will be in all the blogs that you're having a relationship with your hand. So it has to be somebody you trust, somebody who will not judge you, but more so, somebody who has been in that problem and knows the way out. So anybody who is thinking they will try it by themselves, it's an exercise in futility. You need God, you need your mentor, you need your pastor, and you need accountability partners. Share with somebody who you trust, and they'll get you out. Whether they get you out screaming, limping, crawling, the most important thing is get out. It's a dangerous addiction.
Robert, there are parents who are probably listening right now and just saying, "Na your station wanaongea nini?" Please, before they change the channel, what advice would you give parents? Because when I hear that 11-year-olds, and I have my own stories that we're going to share with people here, because a lot of people sent me messages on this particular topic. An 11-year-old getting hooked to porn. The parent, of course, chances are, has no idea.
Yes.
How can a parent identify, or how can someone identify that their friend is struggling with this?
First and foremost, allow me just to rebuke parents a bit, because as parents, we want to think our children are the best, and yet maybe our children are different to each than even the neighbor's child. Yeah. What you need to understand is, if your child is always going to the room, doesn't want to hang around people, you only call him or her during dinner, and they eat quickly and they go back. Every time they want to be alone, there is either depression or some immoral behavior somewhere. Wow. So you've got to look very carefully, because now, when somebody is hooked to pornography at the age of 11, by 15, 16, they now graduate into something called autoerotic asphyxiation, where people have died while trying to masturbate as they constrict oxygen from going through to their head. And sometimes they get too excited and they tighten the noose and they die.
Wow.
Now, parents need to stop hiding their head in the sand. It's a high time we say, you know what, we have to face this ghost, we have to face this demon. Your child is capable of every good thing, but in the same breath, your child is also capable of doing crazy things. Parents are too busy investing for their children, but not investing in their children. Wow. But by the way, in some families, a father and a mother are masturbating in one room and the children in the other room. We have to get back to the thick of things. As pastors, we face it. As government, we face it. As counselors, we face it. But the problem, we are hiding our heads in the sand. And if we don't talk about it, we are losing a whole generation. Kids in high school are masturbating in school. And it makes you feel empty. You can't even concentrate in class. If you're not careful, Kwambox, we are losing a generation. In 10 years, they will be alive, but they'll be dead people walking. Wow. But somebody has to talk about this. And I'm glad you guys have used your platform. I'm a friend of Vibes, and you guys just face it, because kids are dying in silence. Yeah. Grown people are dying in silence. It's called the silent addiction. And that's what the devil wants, is to divide and rule. The devil is like a politician. Divide and rule. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Robert. I know that we will definitely have many, many more conversations with you about this, and especially on the online platform, because I know that there's a lot of guys who'd be like, oh my God, maybe I am addicted. But thank you so much, and do have a great day.
You too. My pleasure. Say hi to everybody there.
All right. That's a friend of Vibes, Robert Burale. I know, and I told you, I advised you that kama kona watoto tafadhali, do not put them close to the radio, because we got to speak about something that affects us all. Umesikia nini, Brayo? At the age of 11. 11? 11!
Vibes Radio, we rule the nation in this generation.